E nā ui o te ao, tēnā anō tātou katoa. Ko tai te wā ki te whakanui, nā kaiwhiwhi tohu. We welcome everyone now to the LIANZA Awards presentation. This is always a very special part of our conference where we get to recognise and celebrate our colleagues. I'd like to ask anyone who is here for the awards to move up to the front 2 rows, please. There's still some spaces here. Now, I'd like to start by paying tribute to those who made the awards possible. Thank you very much to our Credentials Committee, Alison Elliott, Lynley Aldridge, Philip Casey, Barbara McPhee, Spencer Lilly, Joan Gibbons, and the Chair of the Committee, Helen Rennick. Thank you very much for your work in managing the applications for associates, nominations for fellowships, and for letters of recognition. Thank you to the various members of LIANZA Council and other LIANZA members who made up the various judging panels for the awards. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, YBP and Crown Records Management, for their generous sponsorship of our awards, which recognise achievement or encourage professional development within the profession. We begin with our colleagues who have been awarded fellowships this year. A Fellow of LIANZA is a personal member of the association who has made a significant contribution to the advancement of librarianship and/or information management through a sustained record of achievements, or has demonstrated outstanding qualities of leadership, research, or teaching. It's my pleasure to invite Linda Geddes to the stage. Linda Geddes. Linda Geddes has worked in a range of positions in Dunedin Public Libraries for more than 30 years, including times as a book bus librarian, as head of collection services, and currently as a member of the senior management team. Linda has also worked in special libraries, including the former Department of Defence and the National Library, as well as overseas in the Claremont Public Library in Western Australia. Throughout her professional career, Linda has demonstrated a significant and sustained level of achievement across a broad range of collection-related activities. She has managed the development of a comprehensive collection development policies for Dunedin Public Libraries, led a review of selection, acquisition and supply of collection materials that resulted in the establishment of a centralised collection development team, and the streamlining of acquisition, cataloguing and processing procedures. Linda researched collection valuation methodologies and led the valuation of the Heritage Collections Project. Linda has led or been involved in projects to redevelop the heritage exhibitions and storage areas, recarpet the City Library, redevelop a teen space, redesign the ground floor fiction area and the children's area to improve the customer experience, and to reinforce library shelving, reducing the risk of earthquake damage. Taking advantage of her long-standing interest in New Zealand art, Linda has been responsible for the management and conservation of the library's collection of over 140 artworks, valued at more than $3 million, and developed a self-guided tour of artworks in the Dunedin Public Library's collection. Locally, Linda has demonstrated her commitment to her community by coordinating the Friends of the Library book sale for more than 20 years. As part of her current role, Linda is a member of the South Lib Consortium's Steering Committee. She is an inspiring supporter for less confident consortium members and offers her technical expertise with energy and enthusiasm. Linda has been involved at local and national levels in a range of voluntary professional roles. She has been an active member of LIANZA for more than 15 years, holding a range of different positions, including branch secretary, and is currently a committee member of the Otago Southland Regional Committee of LIANZA. Linda convened the LIANZA Centennial Conference Committee in Dunedin in 2010 and recently completed a term on the LIANZA Credentials Committee. Linda was awarded a LIANZA Associateship in 2001 and was the recipient of the YBP Lindsay and Croft Award in 2008. Her commitment to the public library sector has seen Linda serve as a member of the EPIC Governance Group for 3 years and as a member of the Find NZ Articles Governance Group since 2006. Congratulations, Linda.
Kia ora tātou. This award was really surprising to me. In fact, I had to go out and have a long lunch and recover. But I'm very grateful to those who organised and supported the nomination. You know who you are. But I have found that an element of surprise is integral to a career in libraries. As a child, I was an avid reader, but I was not one of those children who collected books, catalogued and processed them, arranged them on shelves and checked them out to friends and family, as I've heard that some of my colleagues have done. I simply stumbled into the career when I applied for and was fortunate to obtain a job at National Library after working in hospitality for some years. To my surprise, I found myself enjoying the challenges the career offers, and over the years in the profession, I have assumed so many different roles. International traveller, furniture remover, interior designer, counsellor, negotiator, customer service specialist, financial controller, assessor, art collector, public speaker, model, even a model, geek to chic parade. Project manager, student researcher, conference organiser, team builder. In fact, for much of the time, I can't predict how my days are going to go. My point is that the library profession is surprising. In many regions, the staff demographic is still weighted heavily towards older women. Not that there's anything wrong with older women, as I can attest. But I urge all those in the profession to engage very closely with educational and youth groups to promote librarianship as a career. Those individuals who know what they want to do with their lives are lucky, but those who are unsure will undoubtedly find a niche that suits them in our profession, and their youthful presence will ensure we remain, Lorinda's dirty word, relevant. Thank you to LIANZA and all the many wonderful colleagues I've encountered along the way. I'm still enjoying the challenges just as much today as I have over the last 30 years or so. Ka kite anō.
I would like to now invite Hester Mountfield to the stage. Hester has been a member of the Libraries and Learning Services team at the University of Auckland since 1996, when she moved to New Zealand from South Africa. She has had a number of different roles within the library, and is most well known outside the institution for her roles as the developer and manager of the university's internationally recognised Information Commons service. Hester was the primary library project manager and advisor in the development of the Cape Edgar Information Commons physical facility. This was a major building project requiring collaboration with a large number of university teams, external suppliers and contractors, including architects, designers, builders and IT companies. She provided leadership in the development of the associated services and learning environments for students, which were also rolled out subsequently at the Grafton and Epsom campuses. Hester has shared the experience and expertise gained through the Information Commons Group developments by hosting visitors from many New Zealand and overseas institutions, and by providing national and international consultancy services. She has been invited by British, Irish and Australian tertiary institutions to provide advice, and has a long list of conference papers, published articles and book chapters to her credit. In her current role as Associate University Librarian, Academic and Research Support Services, Hester has responsibility for enhancing and delivering subject-related learning, teaching and research support services across the library system. Recently, she has also taken responsibility for the provision of the centralised student learning support and language advice centres. The size and complexity of this role is not mirrored anywhere else in New Zealand. Well over half of the library staff report to Hester, and the services are delivered from 14 specialist libraries, as well as the Student Learning Service and the English Language Enrichment Unit. As a key member of the library's senior management team, Hester has a strong focus on strategic planning in the areas for which she is responsible, with special interest in academic literacies and ensuring that the services provided by libraries and learning services are well understood in the wider university context. She represents the library on university teaching and learning committees and has been an active participant in a number of academic audits and other cross-university working groups. In 2006, Hester was one of only a small number of applicants in the first New Zealand Librarian to be accepted for the 2-week Fry Institute, which was run annually by the US Council on Library and Information Resources and EduCause at Emory University. The Fry Institute's purpose was to develop creative leaders to guide and transform academic institutions and information services into the 21st century. Hester also serves on LIANZA's Professional Registration Board. She is awarded a fellowship for her significant contribution to New Zealand librarianship through the development of information commons services and the promotion of academic literacy. Congratulations, Hester.
Tēnā koutou katoa, good morning. I would like to thank LIANZA and all of you, all of my peers and colleagues for this wonderful award. I really do appreciate it. And I think, Lorinda, I really enjoyed your talk. And I was just thinking that my colleagues on the Professional Registration Board will agree that we have amazing people out there. The journals that we look at and assess are wonderful and absolutely inspirational. I have to thank a few people who have helped me and guided me along my career path. Thinking back of my very first manager in South Africa, who taught me that there are opportunities and solutions, not problems and challenges, and helped me to look critically at whatever I was going to attempt in my career. Coming to New Zealand, Lindley Stone introduced and welcomed me to the profession. And it was wonderful working with her, learning how to network in New Zealand and how to be a librarian in New Zealand. My next manager, Inge Rudolph, taught me how to be direct, clear, and concise in my communication and in my dealings with people. And then I have to acknowledge Janet Copsey, who all of you know. She is an inspirational leader and a fantastic mentor. She has encouraged me and enabled me to see the big picture, to take opportunities, and to help the University of Auckland Library and all my colleagues to position our library as a critical part of the university, to the extent that the university come to us to solve problems that we didn't think we should be solving, but of course we grabbed the opportunities. I also have to acknowledge my wonderful team and all the colleagues that I work with. Nothing that I have achieved would have been possible without their wonderful work and their talent. So thank you. There are a number of you here, so thank you very much for that. And last but not least, my husband, who has patiently encouraged me, sat reading while I was working at a dining room table, and particularly with the information commons when I had to work through floor plans, electrical grids, all sorts of things that I didn't understand. He sat there and worked through it with me. So thank you so much, Roy, for your encouragement through the years. So thank you once again to everybody. Aren't they wonderful? They are.
May I invite Penelope Walsh to the stage. Penny Walsh was appointed Library Manager at Gisborne District Council in 1988. Prior to that, she held library positions at Auckland Council. One of her first achievements in the year following her arrival as Library Manager was the installation of Gisborne's first automated library management system. Later, she initiated early email systems and a public website at a time when it was uncertain that such technology would take off. Under her guidance, Gisborne joined the Aotearoa People's Network Kaharoa in 2008, installed RFID security systems, and joined the Novell Consortium for e-book lending, despite limitations smaller communities have for being early adopters of new technologies. She initiated what is believed to be New Zealand's largest community-led digitisation project, the creation of an archive of photographs from the Gisborne Photo News magazine from 1954 to 75. An advocate of literacy programs, she has maintained a strong interest in children's literature and is a strong supporter of professional management of services to children. Penny recognises the importance of maintaining professional contact outside the region, which is provincial and geographically isolated, and was a founding member of the Association of Public Library Managers. She is an active supporter of the National Library of New Zealand's work with libraries, most recently with Epic Governance Group. She has been a long-term supporter of LIANZA and served as a regional chair for the former Hawkesbury branch. More recently, she has been a judge and then convener for the LIANZA Children's Book Awards. She is a strong believer in professional development and lifelong learning and recently completed an advanced diploma in management. She has earned the respect of council management, who see her as a leader for her innovative practices and future-focused ideas, an impeccable library manager, and someone who is committed to a bicultural approach to library services, building community partnerships and dedicated to sharing library services within her community. She maintains that Gisborne's collection is second to none anywhere in the Western world for a medium-sized public library. Public use of Gisborne's library has increased 30% during her tenure. Library staff also appreciate Penny's tireless efforts for the library and the Gisborne community and the integrated approach she takes to council services. She has advocated strongly for the need for professional staff within a vibrant and modern library building where over half the staff hold library qualifications. She has a high profile within the local community and serves on the Creative Taiawhiti executive team and is a trustee for the Fair Trade Organisation, is a partner in a small theatre production company, and has been city manager for Rialto 48-hour film competitions. She is a franchise holder for Pecha Kucha. She was a director of Ruamanu 2000, the first ever council iwi company partnership to mark the Millennium celebrations, and a Goodman Fielder Watties book judge. She is currently part of a leadership team overseeing major projects for Gisborne District Council, including the expansion of the current library building. Penny Walsh is awarded this fellowship for her progressive achievements, her uptake of technology and other opportunities, her advocacy for regional library services, her commitment to LIANZA, her engagement with the wider community services, and for the respect in which she is held by both management and staff. Congratulations, Penny.
Morena koutou, ngā mihi o tēnei wā. I didn't really realise that we were allowed to talk afterwards, so I just want to tautoko Rahui and Lorinda earlier on. The mighty Waikato is almost like another country when you come from Gisborne, and it's mostly focused on getting rid of those damn chiefs, but I learned a lot this morning, and Lorinda, a lot from your talk too to take back. It was one of the best I've heard come out of the profession, about the profession. It was really terrific. Thank you for that. And I also, whilst I'm here, I've sat in the audience over the years and seen these amazing people come up here and receive fellowships and been just amazed and stunned. And I find it a bit perplexing that I'm just here because I'm just doing my work. And I guess I'm really lucky. We're all really lucky. I've got a job that I really love. It's new every day. And I also, just at this point, want to pay tribute to a very early mentor, the late Coral Ridling, who worked at Auckland Public Library. She taught me two really key things: was don't be afraid to make mistakes, and I make mistakes every day still, so that keeps you going. And the other thing, a really important piece of advice she gave me, is that if the elastic goes out of your undies in Queen Street, you just step out of them, pick them up, pop them in your handbag and carry on. Very important advice. The people who squirrelly put forward all this information I thought I had my life really well compartmentalised, that each bit didn't know the other bit, but somehow it's been pulled together, and I hope that there's other things about me that they don't know. But the most important key appreciation I need to impart is that, you know, we don't go along like bob along like little boats on our own. It is a whole team, and you hear it over and over again, and it's just so true. The whole entire library team, in its evolutions over the years in Gisborne, has been what's made things happen. And I've got one staff member who's here, Anna, down there. I hope you all meet her. She's the one with the beautiful blonde hair, white hair. You can't miss her. She's the next big thing. They have been amazing, and it ain't going to stop there. Big stick's going to come out, carry on and keep going. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. I should have mentioned early on, this is really important, this part, is the National Library. The National Library is an absolute lifeline for regional libraries. The partnerships with our communities are great, but the National Library pulls them in and keeps them running consistent with APNK, Kortui, we're not on Kortui, but it's a great initiative, EPIC, all of the digitisation of materials going. It is so good for our nation, and we really love the direction the National Library is taking. So thank you to our leaders too.
Congratulations to Linda, Hester and Penny on your fellowships. Now, anyone who is receiving an associateship, please make sure that you've made your way to the front seats. Our regional councillors today will be presenting the awards to recipients from each of their regions. An associate of LIANZA is a personal member of the association who has demonstrated the knowledge, skills, judgment, attitude and commitment of a professional librarian or information manager. Can I invite Wendy up to do our first presentations?
Tēnā koutou katoa. I am Wendy McCaskill. I am elated and extremely proud to be the Ikaroa councillor and presenting these 3 associateships to 3 wonderful librarians that I regard as colleagues and friends. Catherine Chisholm, could you come to the stage, please? Catherine Chisholm worked in a special library and the National Library of New Zealand's services to schools before moving into the tertiary sector. Skills developed in each workplace have been transferable, and she has strengths in reference work and collection management. Catherine was involved in the Any Questions service early in its operation and served as a judge for LIANZA's Children's Book Awards in 2006 and 2007. Her current position as a subject specialist at Massey University Library extends the traditional library skills into support for academic researchers through the developing area of bibliometrics, and she has developed a particular interest in academic journal publishing. Catherine is presently Treasurer of the Ikaroa Region Committee. Catherine is seen as a client-focused, passionate, highly skilled librarian. She is a supportive colleague who is an asset to the profession and one who has earned the award of Associateship of LIANZA. Can I ask Pamela to come to the stage, please? Pamela Margaret Jones is the South Taranaki District Library's Children and Young Adults Librarian. In this role, she has made an important contribution to the recreational and educational reading interests of the children and young people in the district. Her role includes the responsibility for the coordination of the delivery of resources and services across the 7 libraries of the district. An instrumental element in her success has been her ability to develop ongoing relationships with local businesses and trusts to ensure that the activities have the resourcing required and the support of the local communities. Pamela's enthusiasm and expertise is recognised and highly respected by her managers, colleagues and client communities. Pam has employed this expertise to take on extra responsibilities, including coordination of Taranaki-wide book festivals, assisting with the Nestle Right Around New Zealand competition, and the delivery of professional development offerings at seminars and workshops. In 2013, she was a member of the judging panel for the LIANZA Children's Book Awards. Pamela Jones is awarded the Associateship of LIANZA for demonstrating professional knowledge, skills and attitude in delivery of services to children and young adults. Kath could come to the stage. Catherine Sheard is the Assistant Manager Cultural Services, managing 2 Library Plus sites and the Aotea Utananui Museum for the South Taranaki District Council. Kath is passionate about the services and resources provided by her libraries and the substantial impact that these can have in a small community. Under her management, both Patea and Waverley Library have thrived and have become important anchors in the local community. Kath has not allowed her position in a small town to restrict the reach of the libraries and is heavily engaged, as at Kiwi Librarian, in promoting the use of social media and the internet resources to colleagues and clients. This has also enabled her to co-manage the implementation of the e-reader service across the district's library system, including the development of workshops designed to enable staff and patrons to maximise their e-reader experience. Kath also plays an important role in the management and financial and strategic planning functions of the South Taranaki District Library System. Professionally, she is co-convener of PubSig, is a member of the Emerging Leaders Working Group, and was a member of the 2012 LIANZA Conference Communication Committee. Kath has earned this award of Associateship of LIANZA.
Good morning, I'm Paula, I'm from Aoraki region, and it's my pleasure to invite Carol Davidson up to the stage, please. As Deputy Librarian and Head of Reader Services at Canterbury Medical Library, Carol has had a vision of a library service that is outcome-based and tempered with pragmatism. She's demonstrated high levels of analytical skills in carrying out expert searches of evidence-based medical literature for the Clinical Decision Support Unit. Through this, she's established and maintained the trust necessary to work collaboratively with hospital and university staff, using specialist library skills to work that complement their professional knowledge. She's co-authored papers with medical staff and indexed political science books. Carol managed the needs brought about by the Christchurch earthquakes for deselection, flexible timetabling and space arrangements, and dealing with her staff's emotional needs whilst maintaining a quality library service. Carol was Health SIG convener from 2008 to 2011 and has shown an ongoing commitment to professional development, including completing the MLIS, a postgraduate in tertiary teaching, and the New Zealand Organisation for Quality Healthcare certificate. In 2010, Carol and a colleague reviewed library services at Timaru District Hospital and secured the appointment of a part-time professional. Carol's demonstrated knowledge, skills, judgment, attitude and commitment to the profession appropriate to being awarded Associate of LIANZA. Now we've got another person from Christchurch, Tim Steadman, but he's not able to be here, so we'll be recognising him at a regional event. Congratulations to Tim too.
Hi, I'm Helen Brownlee. I'm the Regional Councillor for Otago Southland, and it is my great pleasure to finally get Adele Hewlett up here. Adele Hewlett is the Queenstown Librarian. Previous roles she's held have included being 12 years as the Queenstown, Central Otago and Queenstown Lakes District Services Manager. And also she was the Section Head of Children's Services at Invercargill Public Library. She strongly advocates for her libraries in a changing management environment, ensuring consistent policies and practices through the provision of documentation, training and mentoring of staff to achieve the best outcomes. Through regular visits to all 14 libraries, plus building relationships with local schools, Adele has developed a comprehensive knowledge of the communities served and the services required. She has also demonstrated innovative thinking, gaining benefits for her community, for example, through local business support to sponsor the cost of journals. Adele has also been proactive, encouraging the council to pay for LIANZA registration and membership fees for library staff. She has been a member of the Otago Southland Regional LIANZA Committee for the past 7 years and participates and hosts LIANZA events, conferences and courses. Adele Hewlett is awarded the Associateship of LIANZA.
Kia ora tātou, ko Steph Clark aho. Good morning everyone, my name is Steph Clark and I have the great privilege of being the Regional Councillor for Waikato Bay of Plenty, and this is our regional conference, so welcome to you all today. It is my tremendous privilege to talk to you about Jenny McIver today. Jenny McIver has worked in a number of different libraries: National Library, Public Library, a special library for a power generating company, and a health library, and has filled a number of roles, from children's librarian, cataloguer to team leader, a training and support librarian to reference librarian. Jenny has been involved in management at many levels, including managing staff, organising a branch library relocation, and developing a competency-based training model. Most recently, she has facilitated the change of a current awareness service from a print format to an electronic product. She is currently a LIANZA Regional Chair and has been instrumental in organising regional weekend schools and other events for local library workers. Late in 2012, Jenny stepped into the role of Programme Convener for the 2013 LIANZA Conference. Jenny McIver is awarded an Associateship for her demonstration of professional skills and support for librarianship.
Next is the LIANZA Letter of Recognition. A recipient of a LIANZA Letter of Recognition is an individual or organisation who has rendered a focused, significant and special service to the association or demonstrated continuing service over a period of time, or made an outstanding contribution to librarianship, libraries or information management in New Zealand. I would like to invite Lance Kendrick to the podium. The LIANZA Letter of Recognition is awarded to Lance Edward Kendrick for his sustained contribution to preservation. Lance's interest in the area was sparked by an internship with the conservation staff at the Alexander Turnbull Library during his librarianship studies many years ago. Then, in 1989, he attended a course run by the Society for Cultural Conservation and also organised a disaster preparedness workshop. The following year, at the Association's conference in New Plymouth, he co-proposed the establishment of a preservation and conservation special interest group and has been its mainstay for more than 2 decades, including the role of Secretary and Treasurer. He has worked consistently to advance the SIG's purpose of fostering an understanding of preservation issues and has proposed topics for meetings, organised a variety of workshops around New Zealand, presented on panels, and shared preservation planning and collection care strategies. He has compiled and produced the newsletter Preservation Signals, has been responsible for articles in Library Life, and has prepared submissions on behalf of the SIG. These duties have always been carried out with attention to detail, insight, and a comprehensive perspective. Lance has supported the National Preservation Office from its initial foundation through his 10-year membership of its client input group and given advice on the conservation and preservation management needs of New Zealand's regions. He has an exceptionally good knowledge and understanding of preservation literature and programs, from digital preservation to disaster management. In an area that is not always given sufficient priority, even within the museum, library and archive sector, Lance Kendrick has been an outstanding advocate for the preservation of our documentary heritage over a long time. LIANZA is pleased to acknowledge this through awarding a Letter of Recognition. Congratulations, Lance. I would now like to invite Te Pai Te Pārangatai up to the podium to present the next awards.
Tēnā rā tātou katoa. It gives me great pleasure and honour to read out the next awards. And the first is the Letter of Recognition for Bicultural Development. The recipient of the Joint Letter of Recognition for Bicultural Development within Aotearoa, New Zealand, is an individual, group or organisation who has rendered a significant and special bicultural service to the library and information profession, or demonstrated commitment to biculturalism over a period of time to the profession, or made an outstanding contribution biculturally to librarianship, libraries or information management. The recipient for this award need not be a member of LIANZA. I would like to invite Raewyn Paiwai to join me on stage, please. LIANZA, Te Rauherenga and Te Rōpū Whakahau recognise the outstanding contribution of Raewyn Paiwai to bicultural development through her commitment to maintaining and updating the Māori subject headings thesaurus. She has been a strong advocate for the correct use of Māori terminology and bibliographic description and ensures the library user perspective is duly considered. The project has benefited from her knowledge and application of mātauranga Māori, tikanga and te reo Māori, and her contribution to te whakakaukau is greatly appreciated. Tēnei te mihi nui rawa atu ki a koe e te tuahine. Apologies. Okay, the next award is the LIANZA Rua Manu Scholarship, which was established to encourage and support Māori students undertaking library and information studies to strengthen their knowledge in te reo and tikanga Māori. The value of the scholarship is $1,000. I would like to invite Rickie Lee Panoo to join me on stage. Rickie Lee is currently enrolled in the Postgraduate Diploma of Information Studies and is the Kai Whakarato Pārongo Rangahau Māori at the Albany campus of Massey University Library. Rickie Lee has shown a high level of commitment to sharing her knowledge of tikanga and te reo Māori through her various roles. She has helped to deliver a kohanga reo reading program, and in her current role has run sessions teaching staff and supporting staff and students with te reo Māori and assists with the reo-based queries that they receive in the library. She leads the Massey University Albany Waiata group, and as we all know, Waiata is a perfect vehicle to improve your understanding and pronunciation of te reo Māori. Rickie Lee has been actively involved as the Secretary for the Tira and Pariote Paniora Whānau Trust since 2011, and is the plan writer for the Te Puni Kōkiri Fund Whānau Ora application, actively supporting the whānau and planning for the future. Rickie Lee also serves on the Family History Committee and intends to put her study to use by sharing her skills and knowledge as a librarian with her whānau and others. Tēnei te mihi nui rawa atu ki a koe, e te tuahine.
The Ada Faish Award is made to support the professional development of a librarian working outside the major centres. The award is made due to the bequest of Ada Faish, a stalwart of the library profession who spent most of her career at the Dunedin Public Library, culminating in her appointment as City Librarian in 1960, only the second woman to hold this position in a metropolitan library. The 2013 winner is Susan Farga. Susan is currently District Librarian in the Central Hawke's Bay and will be using the award to attend By Design in Sydney. She stood out both for her approach to professional development and also for the benefits that her attendance at By Design would provide to her local community. We wish her the best as they begin the earthquake strengthening process for their library buildings. Congratulations. Now I would like to move on to the sponsored awards, starting with the Paul Reynolds Scholarship, No Numpties Award for 2013. We're honoured to have John Truesdale, friend and colleague of the late Paul Reynolds, who is here to present the award today. Welcome, John. Here is John. Is John here? No? Okay. In his absence, I will present the award. The scholarship was set up in 2010 to recognise the life and work of Paul Reynolds. Paul was a man who touched the worlds of broadcasting, publishing, libraries, museums, galleries and archives. He was a passionate believer in the transformational power of the internet and the digital world on the lives of people. The scholarship was established from donations made by the National Library of New Zealand, Internet New Zealand and Friends of Paul Reynolds. The donations are held in trust by LIANZA, who administers the award on behalf of the GLAM sector, galleries, libraries, archives and museums. The scholarship consists of $5,000 to be used towards the cost of travel to take up international internship opportunities. I'm delighted to announce that the 2013 winner of the Paul Reynolds Scholarship No Numpties Award is Virginia Gale, Web Advisor for the First World War Centenary Programme. Virginia will spend her two-week internship at the Smithsonian's Cooper Hewitt National Design Museum in New York. She will work alongside the labs team who are working on the next generation online collections, the integration of digital into the physical galleries, as well as national online education initiatives. She'll also be provided the opportunity to visit other Smithsonian museums and other New York museums, and will be provided with supervision and mentoring by Cooper Hewitt staff. As a requirement of the scholarship, Virginia will be providing a written report and will make a presentation at a suitable event, most likely a LIANZA conference, and we look forward to finding out about her findings from the trip. Congratulations. For the next award, I'd like to welcome Rosa Obradovic from Baker & Taylor YBP and James Bennett, Australia and New Zealand, to present the YBP Award for Collection Services.
Thank you. It's with great pleasure that YBP again present this award for support and recognition in excellence in collection development. The award this year goes to, Catherine Parsons. Catherine has been involved in collections since 1989 and is currently the New Zealand Collection Librarian at the University of Waikato Library. Catherine has had a significant enduring role in ensuring that the treasures of the collection in her care are given new life through the digitisation of items and national significance, and often made possible by her ability to source external funding. Girl after my own heart. Digitisation projects have included volumes of the ancient history of the Maori, unpublished index of Maori names, and the New Zealand content from Illustrated London News and British parliamentary papers. She initiated a New Zealand publication reprint project, which resulted in reprinting of the Law of the thank you, and the Polynesian mythology. Catherine has also taken a leading role in developing bibliographies based on the collection, which have aided the discoverability of local holdings. This has included major Maori bibliography and bibliography of Waikato region. Catherine has shown a great commitment both personally and professionally to the sector, being a mentor to new registrants in the LIANZA Professional Registration Scheme, the president of the Friends of Hamilton Public Library Association, and the current convener of Preservation Special Interest Group. Significant and useful work are also assured of finding an appropriate home throughout the Waikato through Catherine's intervention. I also understand Catherine has a significant personal pop-up book collection. Throughout her career, Catherine has shown great initiative and willingness to put skills to use for the benefit of her organisation and community and the wider library sector. Catherine displays an excellent range of collection development skills. In addition, she has a broad and deep understanding of the value and significance of a wide variety of New Zealand works, a great ability to acquire resources from a wide range of resources, and tendency to develop a partnership that endure and that our resources are made available to a wider audience as our profession requires. It's a great pleasure that we present this award to Catherine.
Next, I'd like to welcome Chris Mainwaring, Regional Manager, Central North Island, Crown Records Management, to make the awards for the 2013 Crown Records Scholarship. Is Chris here? Oh, we've lost him. The scholarship that's offered by Crown Records Management since 2007 is a professional development opportunity for LIANZA members who would never have attended and would not normally get the opportunity through their employer to attend the LIANZA conference. The sponsorship includes one full conference registration, one conference dinner ticket, and up to $200 towards travel and accommodation. The 2013 winners are Carrie Brayley, Mel Shivers, and Christine Grant. Would you like to come to the stage, please? LIANZA is pleased to provide the opportunity for Emerald Australia to present its award for Victoria University of Wellington. Please welcome Vivian Fox, Regional Manager and Vice President, Australasia, Emerald Group Publishing Limited.
Oh, thank you. Emerald Group Publishing is once again delighted to team with VUW in offering the Info 580 Research Project Award to new emerging librarians. I'm thrilled to be given the delightful task of announcing the 2013 award recipient to Christine Grant. If she'd like to come to the stage. Christine's paper, Perceptions of Self-Service Technology in the Small Rural Public Library of New Zealand, self-issue at Selwyn Library, provides an important insight into how technology impacts library operations. Anne Goulding, Professor of Library and Information at VUW, comments, a high-quality project that provides interesting insight into the adaptation of self-service technology in a small branch, providing an important example of how technology impacts library operations. Christine designed and carried out thorough research, including customer questionnaire, staff interviews, and usage data. Her analysis of the usage data was particularly impressive, very clear, comprehensive, and thoughtful. Congratulations, Christine, on receiving this award, and I wish you a wonderful career in library and information management.
That brings us to the end of our award ceremony. Congratulations to all of our award winners today. Mātou koutou mātou ranga, mātou 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 ranga, ka ora ai ki ngāutanga. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.